We have the Bean Boys versus the Leaf Lickets. There you go. The map will be Cafe. This was the Bean Boys pick. And we're going to go into ban phase. This is the first time we're in this tournament we're doing a ban phase, so we'll see how the two teams play it out. What operators do they fear the most? And it's Blitz for the defenders. For this tournament, operator bans, and 6-pick are enabled. So once they choose their operators for each round, they'll have a chance to switch out to a 6th operator, or switch one of their 5 operators, or I'm sorry, 3 in this case, to another one. So we'll see how that goes. Got some banter in chat. They all universally hate shields, and so 2 of the main shields on attack have been banned. Well. How you doing, Ponty?
Good.
Let me go ahead and turn your volume up, by the way, so everyone can hear you.
Yeah. I know they've said in the past, I'm just too
look,
quiet.
200% for you.
Just for me?
Yeah, just for you.
Wow. How's it going?
It's going well. Ban phase has just ended. I think there's about a 4-second delay on the stream, so it's not too horrible.
It's good.
We got some people in chat.
I know.
Looks like a lot of Leaf Licket fans out there.
So it seems.
All right, and so Not Jello looks like he wants to 6-pick. He went from Doc to Maestro. Showed the Doc, went into the Maestro. I guess maybe he didn't want to show the Maestro at first, because the Bean Boys didn't choose a 6-pick at all.
And defuse as many bombs as they can.
Maverick was not banned.
Maverick was not banned. That's true. Okay, let me see if I remember the controls here. All right, first site will be top. That's pretty typical. I do think the top
Attackers have
top
discovered
of
the
Cafe
location
is
of a
probably the
bomb.
most defensible site on the map. I love it. It says Bean Boys have found the bomb. It doesn't say Blue Team.
That's
or
great.
Op4. Yeah. Serve. I don't know how to say his name. Serve has actually reinforced the hatch down into laundry. Typically,
5 seconds.
you might want to keep that software in like an emergency rotate off if you want to.
You think?
Attackers recovered the diffuser. Attackers' objective is to defuse a bomb.
So we got Legion and Maestro, 2 very good site operators, and then the ace in the hole here is the Vigil, who's sitting in the Harry Potter spot. And he's in the perfect spot. He's in the perfect place. Perfect place
Oh, man.
to stop this bakery push. And there is no droning whatsoever for the Bean Boys. They're gonna run right into him. He is able to take one down. And it seemed like he wanted to rotate out, but he chose not to. He's gonna stay in the Harry Potter spot. The Ying not thrown far enough does not blind the Vigil. And he's coming around for a flank. Alright. I think it was able to dispatch the Vigil. Brings us to a 2-to-2 contest. In comes the boost. I think some of my controls are a little messed up actually. Ever since they changed the control scheme.
What did they do?
You know how like they made you change all your buttons. So now switching between ops is a little awkward. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. So Ying's coming up the side stairs here, the white stairs, and the Finka's gonna back him up. Looks like Maestro and Legion are not aware. Because that Legion did go off. Maestro does see the white push. Is able to take down the Ying that's smiling. As well as the Finka. 2 beautiful headshots by the Maestro. By not Jello.
Very clean pick.
Yeah. So, at least, I think every single bullet he shot into the Finka went into the head, so. Okay, so that was the first defense. Since these are ranked rules, it's not going to be like Pro League for anyone who's used to watching Pro League. It's going to be just like ranked. You're going to switch back and forth every round. So that means the Leaf Lickets, the orange team over there, will be moving on to attack. And we're seeing, from the defenders, not a whole lot of roam capability. I think Legion can be a pretty strong roamer, but when he does roam, right, he kind of removes his goose, the ability for him to lay goose all around site, from the equation.
Defenders, protect your bombs from
It's more like covering his own tail.
attackers.
Exactly. So, you know, when you choose to roam as Legion, you're actually kind of diminishing the power of your sight holders by quite a bit. But there is at least Smiling as the intel op, and then they are going to run what I assume is double ACOG on site. So, got Big Bismarck, who used to be known as Chonky, as the Rook, and Smiling as the Echo. Oh, let's check out this Echo spot. Interesting.
10 seconds insertion.
He throws it on the table and puts it up right above.
5 seconds left before insertion.
Clever.
Attackers
That's the
recovered.
last
So
attacker
how-
thrown out.
Attackers are moving.
How
to defuse
functionally
the bomb.
different from just putting it next to the table it is, I do not know.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm not sure. Well, you can't get up to that specific spot unless you put it on the table, because once it jumps all the way to the ceiling, right?
Yeah. Oh no, I mean functionally as far as like, can it actually do any more good from above the table than it could from next to the
Not sure. All right, so we're gonna see a triple rappel up the south side. And Christmas is completely undefended. We aren't seeing a whole lot of drone work from either of these teams. Looks like Jackal here is just going to rappel right in to an undefended Christmas. I'm not sure if he knows that Legion is sitting in Cigar. Legion does peek out and is not able to trade any bullets with them. He gets lit to half health, but doesn't actually give any damage out. So both Ash and Jackal are in the Christmas room, with Hibana supporting here on the south side. Not sure what she's going to do. Looks like the defenders are aware thanks to the Echo drone. Beautifully hiding it in the right behind the door frame so they cannot shoot it. And Legion's going to take some more contact here on the white stairs. Gonna get flashed out, but Hibana's not gonna be able to shoot him unless she moves somewhere else. She's not gonna be able to follow those flashes up. The Echo drone is Smiling, just harassing the Christmas players here, completely stalling the attack. They've got 1 minute left. So it looks like the defenders are aware of pretty much all the positions of the attackers. So there will be no surprises here. Swag on a jump out does catch the Hibana on the rappel. The Echo drone continuing to harass
Defender has been discovered.
the Christmas players. And Jackal is going to move onto the White Hall. He's going to rush the White Hall very quickly, despite being drunk, with Ash falling behind him. They do have control of the A site. And he is planting. The Echo drone's going to spot him and stop that plant very quickly. He's got one more hit, and it can't get him.
Attackers activating diffuser.
The Echo drone misses,
Defenders have eyes on
but
the diffuser.
Tachanki
Attackers
is able to
protect.
clean up the remaining attackers, all stuck on the A site, and the
Impressive.
diffuser,
Disabled the diffuser.
and disabled the
Defender
diffuser
mission
with
successful.
ease.
What a round.
Yeah, it really came down to the wire. I think the Rook was playing back because I guess Smiling was probably telling them that he can delay with the Echo Drone, but he missed the shot. But
I just thought you should know you have 3 wins in the chat just for the commentator, and the real Oxicide says that this is better than Pro League.
oh wow, best compliment I've had. Thank you, thank you.
Incidentally, the real Skeletal won the first round. Or sorry, Praise Skeletal won the first round of the other game.
Awesome. I think their stream, Jumanji, is streaming his view of that game. So if
True, he
have,
is.
If you have a horse in that race, feel free to go tune into Jumanji's stream.
I might pop by just see what it's like.
Yeah.
I know he's been doing a lot of streaming lately.
Defenders, protect your
Actually, while
bombs
you
from
pick
being
and banning,
defused by
I will do that.
attackers.
What a game this is going to be.
Yep. So far, a pretty close contest. The attacks have been pretty strong, but in the end, the defenders have
Attackers
come
have
out on
discovered
top
the location
of
of a bomb.
both sides. Alright, so for the Lickets, we're going to see a reinforcement of the red hallway. Actually, Legion using both his reinforcements on the red hallway. That's not a typical play,
10
actually.
seconds left.
As far as other reinforcements, I'm not actually sure where
5
they're being
seconds left.
placed. There is no hatch reinforcement. Dining's left unreinforced.
Attackers recovered the diffuser. Attackers are moving to
Finally,
defuse the bomb.
the third set of reinforcements coming down, but I think somebody is left with all 3 reinforcements left. Let's see here. I'm not sure. You can usually see it in first person, right? You can see if you have reinforcements or not. But all right, so Smiling is going to rappel all the way up to the roof while his teammates are concentrated here. Are they both droning? They're both droning. I think they got scared of that vigil play from last round. Just completely disrupting their initial attack, so they droned themselves in this time to stop that from occurring. It looks like Alibi is set up in the dining room to receive this attack. Takes a few shots, but it must have been shoulder shots or arm shots.
Attackers
He's not
dropped
very
the
lit.
diffuser.
So the attackers have taken control of the dining room, while Alibi's rotated up into reading. For the defenders, they're both playing on site, Maestro and Legion. Maverick's going to make his way up the pillar stairs here, right in the middle. But this whole time, Smiling's had control of the top. I think they're just waiting to get in the correct positions to kind of make a push. Bismarck runs out to go get the diffuser set up.
We have 2 very close games.
Catches the Legion's face there, just barely. But isn't able to shoot him.
Attackers
But the
bomb
Legion
diffuser has been dropped.
does take down the Finka. And that's Tachanki. And Maverick's unaware of Alibi's position here in reading. However, Smiling is able to catch him on the rotate. Good teamwork by the Bean Boys, making sure to catch those refrags. That does make it 2 players to 2 players, with both defenders on site. I think Serve here doing a very good job stopping the push. There's only 30 seconds left, and the attackers have stalled in the Pillar's Hall.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
They know his position. I'm not sure if
15
Ying knows
seconds
about the
left.
holes on the left. He does now.
10 seconds to go.
Gets hit by another Legion Mine. Cannot plant with the Legion Mine in.
5
But he's
seconds
blinded. And Ying is gonna get taken down by the Maestro almost. No, he's holding the plant down with Maverick to cover.
Attackers are activating the diffuser.
But the Legion does take him down, and he lays prone and just takes it, leaving the round to Lickets. And the beautiful play by Serve, Legion
Defenders win.
really being instrumental in that hold.
Very nice.
That Maestro almost killed Smiling the Ying. The Ying was low health, took a Legion Mine right before entering the mining room. And then the Maestro Evil Eye was just relentless. So he had to stop the plant, move over just a little bit, and replant. And at that point, I think he had like 5 health. It was not looking good for him.
Gutsy plays didn't pay off.
Yeah, I think Smiling's push was... He saw the clock running down. He threw his wings in. He just hoped for the best. I think it was the right thing to do. But I think there was just too much utility on the defense side to kind of deny and stop the plant, or disrupt it at least. And that's where they lost out. Now, if Maverick was also at very, very low health, but if he could have held the defenders in train, I think that play could have worked.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
This is actually the first time that I've experienced the pick and ban. It's quite interesting.
Oh, yeah. So, I don't know if you saw... were you there in the beginning, where they banned every single shield operator? Oh,
Yes.
The 2 attack
Bomb
bans
located
are
by
the
attackers.
2 main shield ops, so... However, none of the new DLC ops are banned, so I'm actually surprised we haven't seen a Clash being played.
I was about to say the same thing.
From what I've seen, just from my own experience, Clash can be very, very strong, especially
Absolutely.
with maps that are as
10
open
seconds to
as
insertion.
Cafe.
And with only 3 people on the opposing team.
5
That's
seconds
right.
remaining.
'Cause her specialty is crowd control, right? So
Yeah.
she can kind of control
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
several
Attackers are
attackers
heading
or
out to
slow them
defuse the
down.
bomb.
When there's only 3 attackers total, that ability becomes a lot stronger. So where have we spawned here? We've got 2 attackers here on the north side. And where is the third? The third is spawned on the west side. But they are going to congregate right outside a
The
bakery.
attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
And Ash is droning. She's droning the outside. Not sure, maybe she threw her drone up there and decided, meh, want to drone somewhere else. Otherwise, Hibana is going to rappel up the south and hit the window on her way up. That's a pretty common thing, just to make the defenders watch that before you make your way over to do something else. Peeks K9 real quick. Make sure it's like clear. And we got IQ doing her job. I think a very smart pick by the Leaf Lickets to bring in IQ. They got bullied so hard by the Echo last time, and so they've brought his direct counter, or one of the strongest counters to that. However, no Echo on the defensive team, so they don't actually even know where the pressure's occurring yet. But the attackers have entered Christmas, just Hibana all by herself, and she's gonna get the hatch. IQ repelling in after.
Attackers have recovered their
What is
diffuser.
Ash doing? Ash is still outside, really dragging her feet. There's 1 minute left and she's still outside. And no real pressure has come down onto the defending team. I think this is going to be a round that's just going to be all one big push right at the end.
Yeah, it's looking tight. 1 minute is not much, especially with them being still outside. Jello has quite some fans in the chat.
Does he?
Yes,
Well,
let's
Jello
go Jello.
wasted most of the round, all the way to 30 seconds. He finally entered at 35 seconds about. He's going to run into Maestro in the hallway, but Maestro's going to miss his shots. Neither of them expecting each other to be there. Maestro did take more damage on that exchange, but Ash is a
Attackers have
squishy
dropped the bomb diffuser.
one-armored operator,
Attackers
so
recovered the
I
diffuser.
think it makes a bigger difference to
15
her.
seconds left. 10 seconds left.
Serve is going to
5
drop
seconds
down
to
and
go.
train, however, barely missing the Frost, who's hiding behind the train. And just
Operators
staying
are
alive,
out
that
of
Frost
time.
just staying alive by herself has won the round for the Bean Boys. She just narrowly skirted IQ's drop, just hiding right behind the train just as she dropped and came
Fortune
around.
favors the defenders.
And that was very lucky. Very, very
Wow.
lucky. If IQ had caught a glimpse of the Frost coming back into train like that, he was the last defender left. They wouldn't have had to plant it. They would have just had to kill him, and they would have won the round.
Yep. You know, interestingly, all of the wins in both games going on right now have been Defender's side.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I think in the game of Siege, typically when it comes to players who are, I mean, I think it takes more coordination to be a good attacking team, takes more teamwork and coordination experience to be a good attacking team.
Absolutely.
Than being a good defending team, and that's probably why
Oh,
we're
yeah.
seeing that.
Also, Frost has been a frequent pick.
Her gun is so strong now. I mean, it didn't have
Defenders,
recoil before,
protect your bombs from being
but
planted
it
by attackers.
certainly has 0 now. We're going to
Attackers
see
are
a
confused.
bakery kitchen play here because of all the defensive wins, right? So just like ranked, if you win top, if you win train, you're going to be forced to play the worst site in pretty much the entire game. I wouldn't even say the map, in the entire game.
But
is
what about
Bakery
split
Kitchen.
level?
No, actually, I'd say this one's worse.
Really?
Like
Bomb located by
split in
attackers.
other
Like split on
maps.
Oregon.
Like split in Oregon?
10 seconds
Wait, there's a
left
split in
before
Oregon.
insertion.
Oh, you mean
On Big Tower, yeah.
Big Tower? No, Big Tower is totally doable.
5 seconds
Okay.
to go.
As a matter of fact, if you've been watching Pro League lately, you might
Attackers
see
have recovered
Big
their
Tower being
diffuser.
chosen
Attackers are
over
looking to defuse the
Dining
bomb.
Kitchen
Really?
in a lot of cases, yeah. So,
Oh, I've always thought that Dining Kitchen has been pretty rough. If you have a coordinated attackers, it's rough to defend,
it
especially
is
Dining.
absolutely rough. Yeah, Dining is untenable. Alright, so, let's see here. Leaf Lickets will be doing, let's see, a double roam here, maybe? I guess Legion on a soft roam. Maestro is going to set up here in the freezer, in the meat locker. However,
I think Legion's an excellent soft roam.
he is, I think.
Probably where he excels most, if you're
Interesting.
good.
Maestro just getting that reinforcement down right in time, right as
Rather
the
on
push
the
was
late
coming
side.
on that white hall. Ying using up one of her Yings to do. I'm not sure. She didn't
A little
push
early,
with it.
yeah.
She hardly looked in with it, but that was that's what that was used up on. I think Hibana may have shot. She did open up the meat locker and actually pushed out the Maestro.
Attackers drop the diffuser.
So that Maestro did take out Swags, the Hibana, entering the prep. Smiling's also going to enter behind. She's going to use her Yings up
Oof.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
just to pick up the diffuser. He might be able to get a plant off here. There is no rotate. He can't make his mind up where to plant. He wants to put it in a good defensible spot. And it goes down. The attackers don't know, I mean, the defenders don't know it's occurring. And now they have to do a retake. 2 versus 3.
It's not a good position for them.
Smiling, taking out the Maestro. Easily. But Jello and that alibi is going to get fused out. What a beautiful play by Tachanki. Or Big Bismarck. That leads us to a 1v1 with the diffuser planted. Legion looks like he
That
knows
was
where he is. I
Wow.
think he hears him.
Excellently timed
does hear
fuse, waiting for it.
But it doesn't matter. Bismarck is ready for him. Very smart play by the
Tricky.
Bing Boys. Taking,
Yeah.
losing that one operator, but then noticing Bakery's completely left alone. And just putting the plant down. Although a little hesitation on the plant.
Yeah.
They got it done. I loved the fuse charge.
Yeah. That was... most people tend to waste it on the initial attack, but I like waiting for it.
Waiting for the
was-
diffuse.
To use it to defend the diffuser. and stuff,
Right,
yeah.
the retake push. They know they're coming in there. They know they
Yeah.
they have to be there in order to fight for the diffuser. And
Yeah, that was very well done. Also, Tachanki Bismarck has come a long way from when he started and when we first came into the server.
As far as you mean like
Just-
as far as how good he is? Yeah,
Yeah.
he's really showing up in this game. He's got 5 kills, tied up with Serve there on the other side. Pretty much, the brunt of all of his team's kills are Big Bismarck's.
Pretty good plays all around, though.
I agree. I think
Pretty good coordination.
I think
Attackers
Swag
need to locate
kind
and
of
defuse
hasn't
bomb.
shown up to play as much as he could be. Really, the big plays have been being made by Smiling and
Bomb
Bismarck.
located by attackers.
Yep.
as opposed actually to the orange team here, who you can see is pretty balanced. The work is pretty balanced all around. They're all coming to the table, giving him what they got, and we have a clash here for the first time.
Finally.
On Swag. We'll see if he'll be able to use it. Maybe he's like, well, I'm not able to frag. Maybe I'll be able to disrupt or crowd control with the clash.
5 seconds to go. Attackers
The teams in the other game are actually pretty evenly matched too. They have one player on each side with 0 kills, and then the other 2 are kind of carrying the teams, but not a wipeout, you know.
Let's see. A Glaz is brought. I think Glaz is incredibly strong on a bakery push. Jello knows it. He's going Glaz iron sights, but the Clash has no fear. I mean, she's got to be careful of somebody shooting her in the back. Smiling, taking out the peeker. I guess the Ash was probably concentrated on the Clash. Didn't see Smiling just laying there in the middle of bakery right behind the Clash. Alright, Glass taking his position here, up right next to the forklift. A lot of lean dancing, but not a lot of killing or shooting, so, because he doesn't find a target there. He does, I think he did see the Maestro run back behind the bakery counter there. And IQ is able to get a fully clean shot on the Maestro. Potatoes a bunch. Swags is lit up. That just leaves pretty much all the offensive capability the defenders have on Bismarck, who is not around. He's kind of just still chilling here in the kitchen, even though they know both the defenders are outside the bakery.
Throwing smoke grenade.
So second smoke is going in. It's going to cover the plant, and Big Bismarck is going to fall for that smoke. He's going to peek it to stop the plant.
Defenders have eyes on the
I think this is
Attackers
not
need to protect it.
very winnable. It's a 2v1, but it looks like the attackers don't know how to deal with Clash very well. They're keeping their distance. I think they're just playing it safe. The thing is, the moment she pushes out, they'll be able to get a crossfire on her. So I don't think she has a lot of options here. Swags is definitely unsure of what to do himself. And pulls his shield to the back when his feet were still exposed. You'll see this here. Ah, she got shot in the arm. And Jello complains no shields. That he feels they had a gentleman's agreement in the beginning, but the rules of the tournament don't agree with him. All right, so that leaves us to overtime. Is it also overtime over on the other?
Yeah, it is. 2v3. You guys are slightly ahead of us, so we'll see what happens. It's once again defender-sided and Frost again.
Frost
and Legion have been ubiquitous.
Oh yeah, Legion so strong, especially for games where the timers. There's not a lot of time. You got to get the plant down, or you got to kill absolutely everybody.
Defenders, protect your
And
bombs
Legion
from being
mines
defused by attackers.
really disrupt a late push plant, because if you step on a Legion mine, well, you can't plant. Sorry, you got to pull it out first. So, since it is overtime, the objectives do reset, and the Bean Boys are able to go back up top. We're going to see an Echo again. However, on the attacking squad, we are not going to see an IQ. So I think that Echo might be able to bully the attacking team like he did in the first round. But
10 seconds to insertion.
Jello is going to be Glaz this time.
5 seconds left before insertion.
I mean, Glaz was pretty strong in the previous round.
Attackers have recovered their
Maybe it'll be pivotal
diffuser.
in this one.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
I think if Bismarck just peeks the smoke, Glaz's smoke, like he did before without pre-firing, it's going to spell disaster for the defenders.
Okay. Praise Skeletal came through with a attacker side clutch.
Attacker side clutch. Is that the first attack win?
Yeah, it is.
For the entire tournament.
Yes.
All right.
Very well done.
All right. So,
All right, I guess.
So Glass
I will
is
go
already
make
on the
a
roof.
switch him on.
We got J-Man Cool just repelled up on the south side, just droning. We haven't seen a whole lot of runouts. I think Swags did do one against the Hibana. And Glad's going to dispatch the hatch with 3 quick bullets. And not a lot of runouts. It seems like the the attackers seem pretty safe on the repel. They feel safe. All 3 attackers are now going to be on the roof with Ash coming down to repel west. Can't quite
Alright,
get to
I'm
that
going to go
west
ahead
window.
and
Attackers
tell
dropped
them
the diffuser.
to
Attackers
take a break.
recovered the bomb diffuser.
Alright.
And once you guys are done, we'll
That sounds good because we'll know
get everything set again. Yeah.
for the losers bracket game will be the losers of these 2.
Exactly. All right. Sounds good.
All right. All right. Jackal puts pressure on the window, but thinks better of it again. It's the attackers have been pretty timid on this round. I think they're afraid to lose it. However, I think this, since the top is the best site, it's really the. I think it's your best bet to be aggressive. And oh, beautiful kill by Bismarck. Watching the drop down from that little pixel angle. He's gonna get spotted by the glass. Got turned to a banana, and his head gets taken off. Smiling, however, does know his exact position, but his echo drone is going to get taken out.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Smoke's going into Cigar. Swags does see him, but he gets wallbanged through the couch.
Attackers have located a bomb.
And the attackers have control of site. There's 20 seconds left. Can Echo clutch? The plant's going down.
15 seconds remaining.
Glaz has had the diffuser.
10 seconds left.
And now Ash is left to clutch. And she does. She took a lot of bullets from that Echo, but the Echo peeked the wrong direction. I think he should have known that he shot the diffuser. So that was an attacker-sided win on the top floor. Smiling misplayed that just a little bit. I don't blame him. He was in a clutch situation. He knew he had the diffuser down when he shot the glass. And he also, I think he could tell Ash was continuing to fight him, pushing. So all he had to do was play it a lot safer. But instead he pushed out of the door, which completely exposed himself. He did get a good exchange off on the Ash, but it just wasn't enough with his silenced MP5. And we're going to see a 6-pick from Smiling off into Capital, and Jello was showing the pulse, maybe trying to make the attackers scared of pulse play, but he has gone back into Maestro. Maestro has been a very popular pick for this site. For this site as well as this map.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
So this puts the Bean Boys in a very precarious situation. They do have to execute a top attack successfully, or they will lose the map and be knocked into the losers bracket. And this site again is a very strong site. So
Attackers have
we'll see
located
how
the
they
bomb.
handle it.
10 seconds remaining.
Welcome back.
Hey, got
5
them
seconds
to
to go.
wait. I need to tell them. Oh, dang it.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser. Attackers
need
are
to
heading
leave
out
match.
to defuse a bomb.
Otherwise, I'll get.
Alright, red wall getting reinforced. We're going to see all 3 attackers spawn on the south side. Pretty much immediately repelling onto the roof. As a matter of fact, all 3 of them are.
Some card. Adding my
So I think Maestro's a very interesting pick for the attackers. Maestro, I'm not sure what he would be maestroing on this attack. Maybe if they had control, if they got control of Christmas, he could, I guess, maestro into the kitchen. Or, I'm sorry, into the barback storeroom. Grenade going in.
Toxins in position.
Barely touching the Legion here. It almost made it over, but it was able to do just a little bit of damage. Looks like Smiling brought the LMG for Capital. Swag's here on the red stairs. Is gonna hit a goo as both his teammates, or one of his teammates has entered bottom floor and the other is on the top floor. Alibi running into library or reading room. Actually barely just walking by the Capital here. So this Alibi might end up being a thorn in the attacker's sides. I don't think he knows. No, he did not know Smiling was on the red stairs, or just walking up it through mining. So Maestro's going to try to make a crouch hole through into Christmas, and he's able to get in without being contested. He's completely ignoring White Hall. He sees the corner of Smiling and just takes him down. Wow. Alibi, though, is going to come on the flank and get Claymore out. So at least they did, I guess, even up the man count. A little bit of a slow reaction by the Maverick as Legion slightly peeks out. Legion's low health, but they do have to plant, and Maestro is on his cams.
10 seconds remaining.
Swags is not going to be able to take this, and he does get Evil Eye to death, giving the game to the Leaf Lickets in overtime.